Welcome! Today we're going to talk about this absolutely beautiful 2024 Acura Integra Type S. The Type S is a range-topping version of the Integra, the highest performance version of it. It has this amazing 6-speed manual gearbox. I'm a manual transmission enthusiast. I've had a lot of manual transmission cars over my lifetime, probably more than other people. And this is a great, amazing gearbox. You have a turbocharged engine pumping out 320 horsepower, helical limited slip differential to keep all that power in check. It's asking a lot of a front-wheel drive vehicle to send 320 horsepower through the front wheels, but the engineering and the limited slip differential has all made this thing a beautifully driving vehicle. We'll take this one for a little spin towards the end of this walk around. Integra is a newly resurrected name from an old product. I don't know why Acura discontinued the Integra name. I think it was a mistake. They started calling it the RSX and TSX when they probably should have just kept the Integra name. But it looks like they're trying to resurrect that, bringing back that iconic name. I was a big fan of the cat eye version of the Integra from the mid-90s, especially the Type S and Type R versions. Really iconic vehicles. And now, especially the Type Rs, if you can find one, are probably commanding a pretty penny. So the basis of the Acura Integra Type S is actually the Civic Type R platform. So mechanically it's very similar to the Civic Type R, which is an iconic modern day performance vehicle. It's by many in the automotive press considered one of the best handling front-wheel drive vehicles ever made. But the thing with the Civic Type R, I'm 43 years old, and as much as I love the Civic Type R, for me owning one, it's a little bit too boy racerish. I feel like a lot of people look at me and say, are you having your midlife crisis? Where the Integra is a little bit more grown up. It's got a little bit more, it's got really beautiful styling, really aggressive, beautiful styling, but it's a little bit mature looking. You don't feel like you're a boy racer. You don't have that huge spoiler in the back. It kind of retains a lot of the performance you get with the Type R, but it's a lot more, luxurious and a little bit more better for everyday driving in my perspective. You have this beautiful two-tone interior with this nice suede cloth material in the middle, and the synthetic leather and stitching on the sides, or maybe it's real leather. It's hard to tell. Actually, I think it might be a real leather, synthetic leather in the back seats. You have that leather trim, an ELS Studio 3D sound system, heated seats, drive mode selector, wireless charger, nice big screen for the infotainment system, parking camera, you can change views, great driver's assistance features, adaptive cruise control, steering assist. This one only has 178 miles, so it's pretty much brand new. So what happened is someone bought it. For whatever reasons, they decided it wasn't driving with them, and they traded in for a BMW, and we purchased it from the BMW store. Some dealerships, they get a little bit nervous having off-brand vehicles, especially newer stuff like this, where there's not much market data. But us here at Infiniti of Tacoma, we're not scared of stuff like that. You know, I'm the used car manager, and one of my jobs is to acquire vehicles for our inventory, and we always seem to do well with stuff like this, high-end, higher-end vehicles, a little bit more kind of quirky or less down the beaten path. We don't do really well with like Camrys and Corollas and RAV4s and Honda Civics. We do better with luxury vehicles and performance vehicles like this. This is right down our alley. So obviously, if you bought a brand new one, it wouldn't take you too long to put 178 miles on it. Maybe a couple days, maybe a week. So, I mean, if you like the options and color combinations, this is a great one to consider. We have complimentary delivery to Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. We can put it on our car hauler, we can tow it to you, print up all the paperwork. So this beautiful Integra Type S could be all yours without leaving your neighborhood or your driveway. And we ship nationwide. We can't do complimentary in that front, but we work with a lot of logistics and transportation companies, so we can have very competitive rates. And give or take, it could be $1,500, $2,000 to deliver a vehicle halfway or even completely across the country, depending where it goes. So yeah, contact us for more information and current shipping rates, and maybe we could get this beautiful Integra in your driveway if this is what you're looking for. All right, let's continue this walk around, and we'll take it, more importantly, up for a spin and see how this thing performs and handles. I love the exterior color. You have a nice aggressive wheel and tire package, low profile, high performance tires, gigantic brakes. I love the red brake calipers, Type S badge. We have rain gutters, but trust me, this thing was never smoked in. I know some smokers do that sometimes, but this thing, like I said, it still has that new car smell. Really nice styling on the front end, very aggressive, very chiseled lines. We have a functional like a hood scoop here, or louver, or lover. It looks like it really brings air into the vehicle, into the airbox. There's that powerful turbocharged engine, 320 horsepower. That engine has been used for a while in the Civic Type R, so it's a very proven, reliable engine. Decent amount of backseat space. Even though it's a compact, it actually has a surprising amount of backseat space, even for a full-size adult. Nice aggressive rear styling. I like the underbody diffuser. We have the center exiting 3-pipe exhaust. And the cool thing about the Integra is, even though it has a sedan profile, it's a lift pack. And lift packs generally are a lot more practical than just a conventional sedan with a trunk, because you have more usable cargo space, and more importantly, you can fold down those rear seats for a lot of cargo space if need be. There's the owner's manual, the inflator kit. A lot of cars don't have spare tires these days because they're big and heavy, so a lot of times we have these inflator kits. It has like this gel inside of it that can fill a hole in the tire, so you can temporarily drive to a place to get it fixed permanently. And you have to let them know that you did use an inflator kit, because they have to remove the tire with a little bit extra caution in that circumstance. All right, let's get behind the wheel and take it for a spin. All right, here we are. We're taking the Civic Type R out for a spin. I got a nice little curvy road on our test drive route. Let's see how it handles the corners. Just at the straight line acceleration. We have a drive mode selector right here. That will make changes to the steering effort, throttle sensitivity, I think traction stability control settings as well. So I have it in Sport Plus, a sportiest drive setting. All right, no issue whatsoever getting up a little past the speed limit in this thing. Hardly any wheel slip, even though it's 320 horsepower and it's front wheel drive with the limited slip differential and the traction control system. It does a really good job putting all that power to the ground. You're really asking a lot for a front wheel drive car. It's doing the majority of the braking. It's got the weight of the engine over the front wheels. It's controlling the direction of the vehicle, and it's putting the power to the ground. It's a lot to do for a front wheel drive vehicle, but obviously Acura did a great job engineering this thing. Obviously with a great basis from the Civic Type R to make this thing very, very quick vehicle. 0 to 60 is a little over 5 seconds. When you're on the highway, it's a nice highway cruiser. Obviously it's a little bit louder because it's a performance vehicle than a regular Acura, but you have like a steering assist. We have adaptive cruise control, which makes your life so nice on the highway. So the steering assist and adaptive cruise control is mainly to be used on the highway, but it's a great system. You can use this button right here to control how fast you're going, and so it'll move with the flow of traffic, and it will follow gentle bends on the highway, so it can steer as well. Speaking of Integras, there's an old school one. Unfortunately, that one looked like it had a breakdown. It's your brethren. Then we have this nice heads-up display, kind of hard to see on camera, so it projects vital information, traffic sign recognition, how fast you're going. The less you look down off the road and are distracted, the better. Also, it'll give you a warning too. Hey, pay attention, keep your hand on the wheel. And the system will disengage if you don't react to the nags telling you, hey, pay attention, keep your hand on the wheel, and things like that. But for driving and stop and go traffic, driving on the highway, these ADAS systems, which stands for Advanced Driver's Assistance System, they are amazing. So if you drive on the highway, you'll absolutely love these systems, steering assist and the adaptive cruise control. It is fantastic. I use them all the time. And this also has rev match downshifts. Obviously you can do it yourself if you're a good manual transmission driver, but it's a little bit nicer when the car has the rev match downshifts for you when you downshift gears. Really nice and makes things a lot smoother. All right, now we're coming to the curvy part of the test drive route, and the straight line acceleration is pretty awesome, but this thing also truly excels in the corners. One of the best handling front wheel drive vehicles you can ever lay your hands upon. And the turbo spools up quickly. Obviously you have to wait for the engine to build up a little bit of boost before it returns acceleration, but the roll-on acceleration is really nice. Plenty of passing power on the highway without having to downshift too much. And here we got some corners. Oh, this thing just feels so good in the corners. It's your own personal amusement park ride. Yeah, this is just fun driving right here. You know, I have an EV now. I have a Tesla. I do own some gas cars as well. But you know, as fun as EVs are, you really can't beat the joy of driving a fun gas-powered vehicle with a manual transmission. I think, you know, Ferrari and Lamborghini, manufacturers that are, you know, trying to build gas cars with these, you know, fancy dual clutch transmissions, you can't, you know, after you drive a Tesla Model S Plaid with one gear, just how smooth and effortless the acceleration is, it's hard to beat that. It's not really much fun to me. If I'm going to drive an automatic transmission vehicle, I think I'd rather just drive a high-performance EV. But when we talk about manual transmissions, it's a different story. This is like the ultimate, you know, fidget device for people. Manual transmissions just provide a connection, mechanical connection with the driver and the vehicle that you can, intimacy that you can't duplicate with any other vehicles. And I think that's the key for, you know, performance gas cars to survive. They need to start bringing back the manual transmissions, because I think that's what people will seek out. They aren't going to be so much concerned, oh, is this, you know, a tenth of a second quicker, you know, as it goes around the racetrack this fast. It's about how much fun it is to drive. It's not always about how fast it is. This thing just has a ton of grip in the corners. I could be pushing this thing a lot harder. And then the acceleration is fantastic too, so it excels in both categories. These high-speed sweepers are great. You can be on a, you know, a really tight, slower speed curvy road and it's fun, or it can be on a, you know, higher speed curvy road like this with these high-speed sweepers, and this thing just eats them up, and it just feels absolutely planted. Very confident, inspiring vehicle. Yeah, they did a fun job. They did a great job. This is a tricky spot right here. You have to really be careful. There's cars flying down this road, and then you have to merge over here. I've seen a lot of accidents happen here. But when you have the power to merge, that also helps too. Whew. This car will definitely get your heart rate up if that's what you're looking for, and put a smile on your face. Well, that pretty much sums up our little drive in this Acura Integra Type S 2024. If you're looking for a fantastic vehicle with a manual transmission that's fun to drive, but you know, practical, everyday, luxury type vehicle, check out the Integra Type S. I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. It is an absolute hoot to drive, beautiful to look at, and with Honda and Acura reliability and technology, it's a vehicle that will hold up and be very reliable for many years to come. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon, and have a wonderful day.